gardeners, welcome back to the Ultimate Gardening channel. I'm Emmanuel Arce, well known as the Ultimate Gardener. In today's exciting sprouting video, I'm going to give you guys an entire tutorial on what to do with your rooted cuttings. And so here I have ginger cutting right here, and so this is not regular ginger that you can root and actual ginger will grow. I'm going to pop up a photo on the screen on what it looks like, because I don't know the name of this one and I don't know the variety of this one, because the neighbor have a plant of it and she doesn't know it either, and so she just gave me a cutting. I popped it in soil and now it's rooted and ready to go. And so I'm going to give you guys an entire tutorial on what to do with your cuttings once they're rooted, how to properly treat it, and how to care for it afterwards. So if you want to know all of that, please stay tuned with us. So Ultimate Gardeners, the materials are simple. You just need 4 things. You need some type of fertilizer right here. So I have the Espoma plant tone right here, which is a great substitute for the biotone. But if you have biotone available, I would go ahead and use that, because that's for newly planted plants. But this is what we have in hand, so this is what I'm going to use. Some type of pruners. I have the Dram Gardening bypass pruners. Then you need some type of soil in a container. So here I have looks like a 1 gallon size container with soil in it, and of course your cutting. So when choosing out the pot with soil in it, you have to get a pot that's like 2 times bigger than your original pot, because it needs space to put on roots and put way more new growth. And so let me go ahead and bring up the camera closer and let me go ahead and show you guys what to do with your cuttings. So Ultimate Gardeners, I have the camera closer. Now it's time to show you guys the proper way on what to do when your cuttings are rooted. So this is the rooted cutting right here. You can see where the old cutting used to be. This used to be the main plant where it would grow, and then here's the new one. So first things first is, if your cutting produces a way new different foliage or differently new plant beside it, you want to go ahead and cut the dead one off at base like that, because now you have a way for your plant, and there was energy in that dead stem, and now it's all going to be passed over to this one right here. And so, but if your cutting does not have any dead thing, you don't need to go ahead and prune it, but if you do, go ahead and do so. So here I have the 3 gallon size container right here. And so first things first is you want to go ahead and make a hole that will be the size of this one and would properly fit it. And so here I have the hole. I made it big enough. And so now you want to go ahead and at this time drop in your fertilizer. I'm dropping in the plant tone. You can drop in your biotone. And so now it's time to go ahead and do this. So the thing you're going to do is flip it over. And if you can see, there's obvious roots, but it's not completely root bounded, so that's good. We got to it early. So now you want to flip it over and plant it in here. Push it down, recover it back up with soil, press it down, tap the sides, and you're done. Here is your entire new plant, and you're just gonna give it time and it should grow to a new one. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an entire tutorial on how to care for it afterwards. So Ultimate Gardeners, I already showed you guys how to already properly plant up your cutting. So here it is again. So now it's time for the care tips. So you can't just plant the cutting and leave it right away, because it's still a baby plant and it's still not used to have very little roots and a very little plant. And so it's just getting started pushing new growth and new roots. So you want to go ahead and help it do that. So first things first is you want to go ahead and put it in proper sunlight. I know when you are rooting cuttings, you put it in a full shade location, but now it's time to go ahead and transition it to its proper sunlight exposure, because if you still put it in a shaded area, it won't get the proper nutrients and proteins that the sun provides for the plant, and it will end up killing your plant because it's not in the proper sunlight exposure. So you want to go ahead and put it right now at its proper sunlight exposure, whether it be part sun or full shade if the plant is a full shaded area, or a full sun area. And so you want to go ahead and do that. Second is watering. Watering right now is very critical because it's still getting used to its new area, and we just planted it in its new comb. And so you want to go ahead and help it by watering it one time every 3 days, so you can go ahead and help it drink up that water and help it stay alive. You don't want to go ahead and let it dry out, because cuttings that are newly rooted do not like to have dried out soil, because it's a new home to them. It's a new system to them, so they don't want to be entered to a dry environment, or they will end up dying. Third, you want to go ahead and keep up with fertilizing. Fertilizing now, it's way more shorter. You want to go ahead and fertilize one time every month. And so cuttings, you don't want to overly power them with fertilizers, so you don't want to fertilize them often. You just want to fertilize them one time a month, because if you overly power your plant with fertilizer, it will end up killing it, because it's way too much nutrients and way too much proteins and stuff like that that's going to the plant. And so you don't want to overkill it. You want to go ahead and properly fertilize it, which I did do a video on how to use plant tone. So if you want to check that video out, make sure to go ahead and check it out. Link down below for you guys to check it out. So that's technically it for the entire care guide, you guys. That's how the proper way how to care for cuttings. There's multiple different ways out there on how to care for them, but this is the most significant way I found, and the way more easier way to do it. And so yeah, let me go ahead and wrap up this video for you guys. So ultimate gardeners, that's going to be it for this exciting sprouting video. Once again, I showed you guys the proper way on what to do with your rooted cutting, and a care guide afterwards. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to support my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified when a new exciting sprouting video comes out, just like this one, make sure to hit that bell notification button so you'll get notified when a new exciting sprouting video comes out. Another thing, you guys, if you guys could please help me out by sharing this channel out and help me get a little bit more well known out there, and also so we can help the garden industry grow. So please, if you could share this channel with your family and friends, it would mean a lot to me. So thank you all so much for watching, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye guys.